into and taking them into his own, understanding how it works so that he can have them as his own and knew how to do.
So what? He like absorbed other people.
He killed them and absorbed the powers, and then he would like use them against other heroes to take their powers.
Damn.
Yeah.
One simple series I'm waiting for that year. Hopefully I can get some left.
Well, since it's great, you know, and the funny thing is when I heard that it tanked and it wasn't coming back, I was like, oh well, I won't get into it now that I know that it's over and done with. But since they're bringing it back, and you make it sound like it's such an amazing show, I know its popularity. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get on Netflix and I'll try and check it out.
They even had Nichelle Nichols in there too.
Who?
Nichelle
Nichols.
She was in there.
Lieutenant Aurora?
Yeah, she was in there.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then this just begs to asking: was William Shatner in it?
No.
What about Spock?
She had a hell of a line in
Spock?
He might have been. I don't remember if he was or not, but.
Spock was the man. May he rest in peace.
No, he wasn't in Heroes, but he was in another show, Fringe.
I didn't watch that.
It wasn't Fringe.
I heard about that. I heard
I just
about
hope
Fringe,
J.J.
but I wasn't
Abrams
into
not fucks
that.
Star Wars up. I'll go to his house and kick him in the stomach.
I think what happened with me is during that time, I just watched like one episode of Lost with my family, and they were already in the middle of it, and I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then just for the heck of it, I decided to look at the very first episode, which just like, whoa! And I mean, when that guy got souped up into the fuselage, I was like, oh shit! You know, that was like, damn! And then the coffin, you know, with dude's father, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And it just sucked me in. So I just started watching it, and I never looked back. And I kept saying, Heroes looks interesting. It looks good. I'll check it out. But I just got so preoccupied that I didn't give it a chance. I didn't give it a chance that it sounds like it deserved.
Heroes was like when it started out was really good. It had like a huge cult following. People loved it. It was like
it wasn't one of these things where it was good the very first episode, but then as time went on, like you get down to the end of the first season, beginning of the second season, it started to suck.
People were arguing.
It wasn't that?
People argued that it was good for the first 2 seasons. Then when the writers' strike happened, and they had to get new writers.
Well, the writers' strike affected everything.
Then it became more reality TV garbage.
That affected everything.
When the talk show boom happened, because all the writers' strike in the late 80s.
It affected every TV show, every movie, and you could just tell things just started to suck major.
Yeah, and Heroes started to go downhill hard. Then it got to the 4th season, and that was after the writers' strike was over.
And there was no recouping it?
Yeah, there was no recouping
No saving it.
There was no. They tried to bring it back up to the former glory that it was, but it was far past the area of helping.
Well,
so
if that's the case, not to cut you off, if that's the case, what makes you think that bringing it back and sort of rebooting it is going to save it this time?
Because they're bringing in fresh faces along with some of the familiar faces. You know, they're bringing in some of the familiar faces that we all knew and loved, and they're bringing in some new blood, and they're bringing in a new story. They're hoping time has passed enough time has passed
that everyone's forgot the crap.
Not forgotten, but more like, you know,
forgiven.
I think that's too strong a word.
For some reason, it almost sounds like any Cruisers too.
No, I'm thinking more like that they wanted to make they want to make this movie. No, they wanted to make the show, and they were getting a lot of, I guess, petitions and stuff to bring back Heroes. And so they were like, okay, we'll bring back Heroes, but we have to make this a continuation and try to bring it back from the crap fest that was from the last 2 seasons.
And don't make the same mistakes that we made the last time, which couldn't be helped because of the writer's strike.
I mean, they turned Siler into a good guy, you know, conflicted and everything, and it just really...
They made him a noble villain?
Yeah, and people weren't buying it. People were just like, People like we like Silo. They like Silo when he was a villain.
Oh,
Because he was a lot cooler.
well, you know, it's probably there are just some actors who they are just so good at playing bad that he's like the bad guy you love to hate.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
they couldn't see him as anything else. But I love the concept of a noble villain. I do. It's the Vegeta in me. You know, the biggest noble villain of them all. You know, I like a guy who starts out nasty and crappy, but then as time goes on, you learn what's in here and you see he's conflicted, and that in the end you actually find out that he's been a good guy at heart the whole time. I like that.
But then season 4.
Well, how is this?
Now,
How are they gonna?
and the thing is with the cheerleader, what they did with the cheerleader in that, well, he became like Siler started becoming a good guy only after he took the cheerleader's power. Now, the thing with the cheerleader is she can't die. She feels pain, but she can't die, no matter what happens.
What? That's his power.
That's her power.
Oh.
She is a girl. That's her power. She couldn't die. She's tried every attempt known to man and has survived all of it.
You mean like the way Bill Murray said in Groundhog's Day?
Yeah.
I've been shot. I've been burned. I've been electrocuted. I've jumped off the roof. I've swallowed poison. I've been shot, hung, stoned, buried. Yada 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 yada. I'm immortal.
You know, it makes me feel
I'm
old.
God.
Like, on a tabloid, on a tabloid when a celebrity starts getting over in their late 60s or 70s, said so and so's sad last days, whether they're doing good or not on tabloid. Well, they just had that with Bill Murray, the booze, the partying.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I know about
I
that.
read about that.
That's why I don't pay much attention to that.
Who did not love Groundhog's Day back
I thought it was
in the day?
alright. I don't know.
No, I'll tell you this.
They took the world's silliest holiday and made a great movie out of it.
I thought,
I'll tell you this.
I thought Razor's Edge was good. I thought that was his first dramatic movie. I don't think people gave it up a chance. I was actually pretty impressed with it.
Here we have a holiday where we worship a rat. You people should be ashamed of yourselves.
I'll say this. There was in Heroes, the cheerleader couldn't die. She could feel pain.
Oh, I heard about her.
Yeah, she could feel a lot of pain, but she couldn't die. However, Siler came along.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want no superpower like that.
Well, that's the thing.
Who wants to live forever?
I didn't do it. Yeah, but Siler came along, and he basically, in a roundabout, kind of silly way that kind of made a lot of fanboys really like upset and scratching their heads, was when Siler came along and kind of sort of killed the cheerleader, but he couldn't kill the cheerleader because he could not. But he did take her powers. But he didn't take her powers. She still couldn't die. The only difference is she can't feel pain anymore. Like, at all. She can't feel pain.
Okay, got you.
And that, when Siler took the cheerleader's powers, that's when he decided to become a good guy. That's when he started having a little crisis of faith and was like, I don't know. And that's when he started having that whole tortured soul thing going about him. And then it just became a complete
farce.
Yeah. Now, also on the docket, it's time for beating a dead horse.
Sure, man. What's up?
Now, we have talked this.
Yeah, beating a dead horse.
We have talked
Beating a dead horse.
this.
This topic.
We talked about this topic
comes out.
into the ground.
Yes, we have. But it's such a fascinating topic.
And the topic that we're discussing here is the live-action adaptations of animes. Now, I have recently found out about a movie that was based on that Hollywood took that was based on an anime
Mm-hmm.
and turned it into a movie.
And what was that?
Kite.
Yeah.
Based on the anime Kite Liberator.
Oh no.
Kite?
Yeah.
K-I-T-E?
Yeah.
As long as it's not like that.
That was turned into a live action movie?
Yep.
Yep.
Hollywood took it and turned
Samuel
it
Jackson was over done.
When?
I didn't see it. It was on.
It was a couple years ago.
No, it didn't.
No, it was a couple years ago. It was like
Last year it was on demand.
Yeah.
Months ago.
And who was in it?
Samuel L. Jackson.
I forget who plays the chick or Samuel Jackson.
But it was here's the thing on that. Alright, here's the thing. The problem with Hollywood movies is that they completely butcher not only everything,
Mm-hmm.
the storyline, the character, everything. Here, the only thing they did was cut out the creepy bits.
Of course, because the main character was like a little underage.
Yeah. And it kind of was less Kite and a little slightly more La Femme Nikita.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Her that anime was compared to Luke Besson's stuff a lot.
Yeah. But beyond that, the story was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the story was
It just
pretty
had Samuel L. Jackson in it.
It just has, well,
And anything that has Samuel L. Jackson in it's got to be good.
snakes on the plane.
That was funny.
Anyway,
I'm getting
Don't
sick and
forget,
damn tired of these goddamn snakes on the plane.
Don't forget his breakthrough role in Jungle Fever.
Mama's here.
Doesn't matter. Your check from Soul Train didn't come yet.
oh no,
Where he
But
played Samuel, where he played Wesley Snipes' crackhead brother. He got best supporting actor in comedy.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But here's the thing:
He was around for a while. But that was the one that kind of like gave him his.
the other difference is instead of Tokyo, and it's not even anywhere in America.
Yeah, that is kind of.
It was South Africa.
It was.
Yeah,
Man,
it's in Joburg.
that's a.
Speaking of which, you hear that Neil Blomkamp is whatever the hell his name from District 9's doing an alien movie with Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
I think
Neil Blomkamp.
as much as I like Sigourney Weaver, let's face it, her like any of the other male stars. To be fair, they're getting a little too old now. I mean, it's getting a little. That's real.
Well, Sigourney Weaver has now become synonymous with the alien movies.
Uh,
Like you can't
Must be
have
the
an
money.
alien movie without
that
Sigourney Weaver.
chapter,
Yeah, she was also she's been
It's
in
like
quite a few other movies.
it seems like that concept art they show on Facebook
Hmm.
X is in it. I guess they're getting rid of the Alien 3 and 4. I actually like Alien 4. I mean, 3 wasn't too bad, but it wasn't.
Alien Resurrection, yes.
I like Resurrection. I like that director, John Janae. He did like Animal A and let me see what else. Delicatessen, which was a science fiction movie, A City of Lost Children, with Ron Perlman, Hellboy. And it was really beautiful movies. And personally, I remember they were considered doing a Hong Kong version of Galaxy Express, a chopped sake movie version. I was so glad it didn't happen. They were gonna do a live action Galaxy Express. I think John Janae would do a hell of a job. Because Galaxy Express does kind of a French feel to it.
I'll tell you this. Now, one live action anime adaptation of a movie that I've recently heard about, which was based on an anime that both Ty and Robin here have been like huge fans of.
Ghost in the Shell, right?
No, not Ghost in the Shell. We talked about that last week.
Okay, what?
But we're talking about there's this one. It was called Rose of Versailles, was it?
Yes, Rose of Versailles.
Lady Oscar.
The reason,
No,
Lady
I
Oscar.
want to know.
Yeah, it's all something on YouTube.
What?
Is this going to be like one of those?
Shoujo romances?
No, like a Hollywood piece.
It was actually a Japanese-French company
They made it.
that made it. The reason why I bring this up is
This is the one
because
from the
this
70s
week
you showed me?
actually was the 226th year anniversary of the storming of the Bastille, which was how French gained its independence and got out of rule of the monarchy.
Well, then Napoleon.
King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette. And The Rose of Versailles was a manga by Ryoko Ikeda, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryoko Ikeda, yeah.
Right, which was, in the beginning, it was supposed to be a manga about Marie Antoinette. But there was a side character in the background named Lady Oscar, who was a woman raised as a